Hello everyone. It is a beautiful evening here in our garden, and if I'm being honest, we're feeling very anxious today about our upcoming garden tour that we're on.
There's just so much to do, and we're so excited to be on the garden tour, and we're honored that people are going to walk through and we're going to get to see them enjoy the garden and all the hard work that we've done. But it is hard work, and I think that we're seeing that come to life right now.
So we have a plant hoard that is quite big already in preparation for the garden tour, and tonight we are going to see how much we can tackle before the sun sets.
There's also a lot of stuff in bloom that's part of the plant hoard, and just plants that look like really like tip-top perfect shape. So I'm excited to show you what we've got and get it all in the ground.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go around the garden and we're gonna pick an area and we're gonna plant whatever plants we have for that area, and we'll tell you all about them, tell you everything you need to know, and then we're gonna get them in the ground and move on to the next section. So this is gonna be a little bit of like a marathon planting session, if you will.
All right, let's get started.
All right, we're gonna start right here in the peninsula, and we are going to be planting this beautiful ivory halo dogwood. Now, we've had a creme de menthe dogwood here for a couple of years, and it has unfortunately died. So one of the things we're doing for the garden tour, or in preparation for the garden tour, I should say, is replacing dead plants. So I wanted the ivory halo dogwood originally, and we couldn't find it. And so I settled for the creme de menthe dogwood. Now the difference is creme de menthe has yellow twig branches during the winter, and ivory halo will have red. And I personally prefer the red twigs during the winter. And so I'm excited to see this here in this spot. It's got beautiful white variegation on the leaves, which just adds a brightness to this area. We've got a lot of dark green around here. The tag says this will get about 5 to 6 feet tall and wide, which will be amazing if it actually gets there. I don't know if it will here in our climate, we'll have to see, but regardless, this is gonna make for a beautiful pop here in this spot in the peninsula. So I'm gonna pull this dead dogwood underneath, and then we're gonna get this one planted. All right, we got the dogwood in place, and luckily there is a drip line right behind it. So I have added one 2-gallon per hour emitter so that this gets ample water, and we should be good to go. On to the next.
Okay, so we're in the Union Garden on the sun side, and we have a few pockets in this area that could really use some red. And I know it's not red right now, but this is Dakota Burgundy Penstemon, which is a beard tongue, and it's been in the shade, sort of in the plant hoard where we keep it. It's like on a shelf, so it was in the deep shade. So it's not showing its red color right now, but this plant, if you remember, back last year, we planted in the fall a bunch of these beautiful penstemon in our planter box, and they looked gorgeous. They came back in the spring and they shot up big, beautiful blooms. And then we took them out of there, and when we took them out of there, we noticed that there were a whole bunch of babies that had sort of sprung out of them that had roots already on them. So what I did was I clipped those babies off and I tucked them down into some containers with dirt in them, and they rooted right in, and now I have 6 free plants. So we are just gonna dot these around in the Union Garden. They're gonna bloom in the next few weeks, and I think as soon as the sun gets on them, they'll turn that deep burgundy color and add that red into where we need it right now. Also, we forgot to mention, you guys can see all of the spent tulips probably all around the garden. The foliage is just about to start turning yellow, and so everywhere we are today, we're gonna try to go ahead and pull as many of those tulips out and get rid of them as possible to get ready for this garden tour. Let's do it. Okay, so I have all of our penstemon planted in this area, and I just have to say, planting plants that sort of like happen on their own and they're free is so much fun because I know these are going to be so beautiful in this space. And I also have to brag on this space a little bit because in the past few years, it's been a little bit more empty than we would have liked, but that's the beauty of perennials. When you really sort of invest in them and let them spread around in the garden, this third year is really the fruit of that labor. It's so full and lush, and there's just so many different interesting textures and colors in this area, and I have to say I'm really proud of it. All right, on to the next.
We've made it here to the picket fence garden, and we're going to be adding a beautiful Ito peony out here called Scrumdiddlyumptious. Now, it's got a beautiful, soft yellow, kind of peachy color bloom, and this is actually from Isley Nursery. We always think about Isley for their conifers and their Japanese maples, but they also have really beautiful peonies and other shrubs and perennials. If you're local to the Charlotte area, there is a new nursery called Carolina Conifers, and they're actually selling some of these beautiful peonies. And so I'm excited to add this here in our garden. Now, the tag says that this will get about 2.5 feet tall, and a single plant can produce up to 50 blooms in one season, which is insane. So we're gonna add this here to this spot, and I think it's gonna brighten up here. We've got a nice purple salvia here, so this is gonna pair really well. Made our way to the oak tree garden, and right here on the side of this hill is a major opportunity. So this has been sort of empty for a while. We always plant tulips all the way around, but once the tulips go, there's not really much interesting here. So we have got some fun plants. Now you guys know that one of our favorite color combos in the garden is chartreuse green and purple. And so we're gonna make a little moment here. So we have 2 lemony lace elderberry that we dug out from the sweet gum tree last year when we had that removed. There were a ton of plants under there. There were hostas, there were bear's breeches, and these lemony lace elderberry that we never got around to replanting. And they are clearly a very hardy plant. So we've got 2 of these we're gonna pop in, and this will get 2 to 3 feet tall-ish, 2 to 3 feet wide. They've never gotten overly large for us, so I'm excited to see what they do here. And then to pair with that, we've got 5 Roseanne geranium. And this has a beautiful purple flower on it. It's got a little bit of red veining in it, which I think makes it pop really nicely. These will get about 20 inches tall and 2 feet wide. So it's just gonna take up this hill over here as the years go on. Now for us, we have tried to plant hardy geraniums in part sun to full sun, and they did not like it. So this is gonna be sort of a morning sun situation and then shade for the rest of the day. So I think they're gonna be really happy here. folks, I think this is gonna be our last plant of the day because we are losing light very quickly. But I will say, my mood has improved drastically. I'm feeling a lot better. We've got a lot of plants in the ground today, but it also just feels good to get out in the garden and not be in front of a computer or on my phone and just get my hands in the dirt. What about you?
I feel a lot better. I mean, honestly, the view that we're sitting in right now makes it all worth it. It's so pretty out here, and I just feel like getting time in the dirt is the best. So I feel a lot better.
So we're gonna end this with another Islay conifer. This is a Millbrook blue spruce, and if you have been watching our channel for a while, you might remember Brian planted one of these in his mom's garden last fall.
Yep.
And so we're gonna be putting one here in this little space here. So this gets about 3 feet tall, 6 feet wide. And the tag says that it only grows about 3 to 6 inches per year. So we are sort of close to the edge of the garden here, but I think we've got time, and you know, what's it gonna hurt if we have to expand the garden a little bit here in a few years? That's not gonna be a problem at all. Another thing we noticed, we have a lot of blue right around here. So there is a blue rose of Sharon here. There is a Niagara Falls grass over to my right that you might not be able to see. And then there's a purple baptisia behind us. So we're gonna make sure that when we come in with our annuals this year that we're adding some other colors into the mix, maybe some pink, maybe some red coleus, just to kind of give us a little bit more contrast. But when you're looking through the garden, there are a lot of different textures and colors. And as you're walking up the path here, it really is beautiful. So I think this is gonna be a good spot.
We're willing to take the risk of all of the blues together because they all look so pretty together.
Yeah. One thing that I love about this spruce is that it's not necessarily weeping, but the tag kind of calls it a cascading effect, almost like a water fountain. And so I think this will be really calming right here.
Yeah, it also kind of looks like a bird's nest in the way that it grows. And so it stays small, tidy, at least for a long time. Yeah. And I think that's really nice.
So we're gonna get this in the ground, but thank you guys so much for watching today's video. We hope you enjoyed this, and hopefully it improved your mood a little bit as well.
If you haven't already, tickets are now on sale for the Charlotte Art in the Garden Tour. I know if you're local, we wanna meet you guys and we wanna show you the garden. It would be so fun to just have you guys in the space and just enjoy it the way that we do here. We're gonna be having a plant sale during that weekend. There's gonna be all sorts of fun stuff. We'll put the link in the description below so that you guys can have access to tickets for that. And then I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching this video, and be sure that you subscribe to our channel.
For now, from our garden to yours, we'll see you soon.
Bye guys.